Hello, Internet. Uh, I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you since my time in the ER. So I'm going to catch you up on everything as best I can. And I'm going to do this as rapid fire as possible because I don't feel very good at all. But I knew I had to make a video, so I'm making myself make this video. Um, so, as you know, following the implant procedure for the drain, I was under a lot of pain. And I didn't even really uh, notice until I got home that they didn't even drain me all the way. So I still had a bloated belly. Um, and I had to wait until the bottles arrived to drain that off. Um, I couldn't call for pain meds, and I just had to suffer through it for the entire weekend. Fortunately, I had friends come and visit, and that kind of helped me take my mind off things. A friend of mine did some grocery shopping for me, which was also very, very helpful. Um, Monday was a holiday, so I was not able to call until Tuesday to get pain meds and to ask about the bottles. And we played phone tag on Tuesday until Wednesday, and I got through, and they prescribed me some oxycodone, which I was not thrilled with. I don't like oxy, um, but at that point I was willing to take what I could get. A friend, the same friend that did grocery shopping, went and got it for me. She's a godsend. And the bottles arrived, but they were delivered to the wrong address. Um, and I opened a ticket for them to to get them and bring them to me, and um, they didn't do it. This was on Tuesday actually. The bottles supposedly were delivered. Um, so I walked down to the address that they said it had been delivered to in pain, and it was only half a block away, but it was still painful. That I had to carry 3 boxes of these bottles back to my apartment. Um, so that was nice. Uh, and I closed the ticket. And then, yeah, and then so Wednesday night, I took the Oxy right before bed. Uh, and I slept very soundly. Very soundly. I don't think that I have slept this soundly and this well in a very long time. It felt great. Um, but uh, Thursday morning, that's when I made the post about how I was doing mostly better. Little did I know. Um, so I made that post, and then I drained myself actually of 3 bottles, 3 liters of fluid. I then had breakfast. Hour later, I threw it up. I think I already relayed this in my previous video, so I'm going to skip over some of this. But basically, I was throwing up all day. I had to go to the ER. They did test after test after test. They couldn't determine what was going on. They were able to drain some fluid from my belly. They didn't have the right hookups for it, for the drain. So they had to find something that would work to get fluid out of it. And they said they were going to test that, but the test wouldn't be in until the next morning. So they wanted to keep me overnight for observation, and they continued to put IV fluids in me and anti-nausea meds. And I actually stopped dry heaving about 3 p.m. Thursday, and so they refused initially to give me any food until late that evening, when finally a doctor was like, "Oh, he hasn't thrown up since 3 p.m. Let's try him on something simple." And so they gave me a nice simple sandwich. It was just like turkey and bread, and I was able to keep that down. And I went to sleep. The next day, I was on regular foods again, so I had a normal breakfast, and I was so hungry that by that point I didn't care that it was hospital food. I ate it because I was so hungry and so thirsty, and I drank a lot too. Um, and like I, I felt very, very dry. My urine was very, very dark. I'd never seen my urine that dark before, and they said that was an indicator of dehydration. The test came back, they couldn't find anything. Their best guess is that this was just extreme dehydration, which can result in nausea and vomiting. And I was very dehydrated. And so they put another bag of fluid in me and they sent me home. I got home, I drained off a couple more liters of fluid. I felt pretty good. Ate dinner, went to bed. No, it was Friday that I came home. Saturday, so yesterday, I felt pretty good all day. Um, I was afraid to drain myself because I didn't want to push myself to the point where this would happen again if this was dehydration. And I tried to stay as hydrated as possible. I felt really kind of like all day. And then today, this morning, I went ahead and drained myself of 2 liters. I ate breakfast. A couple hours went by. I was drinking some flavored water, and that felt fine. And then I just started feeling both really, really tired and a sudden wave of nausea. Ended up throwing up the water, and I got really worried about that. I was so tired I had to take a nap. And Saturday I napped a lot too. I napped a lot Saturday. So today I napped from about noon to 3. And I woke up and I still felt a little sick. I took an anti-nausea pill and I tested myself with some toast and water, and I was able to keep that down. So I figured, well, I'm really hungry. So I made myself a tuna melt and tomato soup. This was perhaps a bad idea because now I'm not feeling so great anymore. But we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, there is something, it's kind of gross, but it is an important factor. My stool has started to turn white. Like it was pale before, and now I see like streaks of white in it. I looked that up and basically said that this can be a serious issue and that I should contact my doctor. This has to do with bile. The lack of bile in stool means that it's not being put into the small intestines the way it should. Since I don't have a gallbladder, that's a factor, and this can be pretty serious. It did say that that this issue can cause nausea and vomiting, so maybe it's that, and maybe I'm aggravating the problem by eating certain foods. I don't know, but I'm going to call the oncologist tomorrow and see what they say. And also try to reschedule my appointment because I missed it Thursday because I had to go to the hospital. I also have to call the liver doctor and be like, I need more bottles because I went through an entire box in a week and they only allotted me 30 bottles for a 1-month supply, and I definitely need more than that because I'm doing more than 1 bottle a day. I also wanted to see about getting completely drained because they didn't do it like I thought they were going to. And so it's like I'm siphoning off 2 liters a day, but I'm still pretty bloated. And so it's like what I had hoped would happen was that I would get myself down to like, the bare minimum of fluid, and then just drain a bottle a day, 2 bottles a day, whatever is necessary to keep myself at that level. But now all I'm doing is keeping myself at just below uncomfortable level. And that's not good because it's still affecting my appetite. Like I'm pretty sure the bowl of cereal I had this morning for breakfast and the tuna melt and tomato soup that I had this afternoon, I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to eat today. I don't think I can bring myself to eat more. And my mouth is very dry. I know I'm still dehydrated. And keeping myself hydrated is really, really hard. I'm drinking water, but it's so hard. Um, my friend Matt suggested a few things like fruit infused water. I'm going to try that. He's coming to visit tomorrow. Hopefully, I will be well enough to go grocery shopping with him, because I'm out of a few things and I need, excuse me, and I'm going to need assistance getting them. But I need like fruit and toilet paper and other stuff. Anyway, that's not important. Anyway, so it's been a hell of a week. It's been an awful week. And I still do not feel good. And I'm worried about all of this because it's like, I don't know. I think I fooled myself into thinking that I would feel fine up until the very end. That I would be completely okay until suddenly everything wasn't okay. And then I was in the hospital and dying. But this is this gradual decline that I didn't expect. If it's not one thing, it's another. And it's causing me all these problems. And I'm in pain, and I'm uncomfortable, and I'm sick, and I'm worried about, being able to keep food down. I'm worried about being able to stay hydrated, because it's not like I can just go get an IV of fluid whenever I need. And I don't know what to do. So, like I said, I'm going to call the oncologist and see what they say. Call the liver doctor about bottles. Matt will come visit. Hopefully we'll get grocery shopping done, but if not, we'll just, hang out and talk. It's fine. I'll see about maybe getting somebody to do some grocery shopping for me. It really sucks not being able to do stuff for myself. I really hate that. I appreciate the hell out of my friends who are stepping up and helping me, but God, I really prefer doing things for myself. And I just don't like this feeling of being utterly dependent on others. It's so frustrating. Anyway, aside from that, some good news. My father is getting ready to move in with me, so he's going to be able to be here and help take care of me, and that's very important to me. I look forward to seeing him on a more regular basis, and I definitely am going to need his help. And certainly, just the fact that he's going to be here until the end is a big comfort to me. He's going to help me go through some stuff, sort through my things, figure out what I want to pitch and what I want to give to certain people, and so on and so forth. Figure out last minute stuff about my finances, and yeah, and that'll be nice. My family's working on getting people together for a dinner so that I can see people one last time when I am, maybe not healthy, but at least not in a hospital bed. So that'll be nice. And, and it has been confirmed. I said this before in a video a while back. It has been confirmed. One of my stories is going to be on the next episode of the No Sleep podcast, which should come out this Sunday, a week from today. And I will post a video about it, and a link to the website, to the episode, so that you can listen to it for yourselves. I am very, very excited. Not only were they able to produce one of my stories as a story for the episode, because it's more than just my story. It's multiple stories per episode. But not only are they putting one of my stories in an episode, they were able to get the voice actor that I wanted to play the part, to read the story, which is just a dream come true. Because I wrote this story. It's very short. It's a very short story. I wrote this I think like a year ago, and uh, and as I was writing it, it was his voice that I was hearing in my head, of like who I imagined this story being about. His he has a very distinctive voice. You'll hear for yourself on next Sunday. But So just like the fact that I was able to, like, that I was writing that story thinking of him reading it, and now almost a year later, and he's, you know, and he's doing it. He's reading my story on the show. And it's like it's such a huge deal. It's a dream come true. So I'm very, very excited, and I can't wait to share it with everyone. Um, it kind of reminds me of when I got my tattoo of OTEP song lyrics on my chest. You will know me by the scars I bear. Uh, when I got that tattoo, while I was still undergoing chemo, or no, it was after chemo was over. But uh, getting that tattoo, and um, and thinking in my head how cool it would be to meet her and show her that tattoo and share with her my experience. And then a year later, uh, she comes to a town nearby, and I sprung for the VIP ticket, and I got to see her before the show, and I showed her my tattoo, and and she was flattered, and she told me that I was the strongest man in the room. Uh, well, she actually said she said she said you are the strongest motherfucker in this room. um, and and that was so flattering. And so it was like it was a dream come true, like to get the tattoo and think about showing it to her, and then a year later having that happen, and then it's like this with the story where I write a story, and I'm thinking about, oh, it'd be so cool if this voice actor plays this part, reads this story, and then a year later that happens, and it's so amazing. I'm so glad that I've been able to experience things like this. So yeah. Um, anyway, that's it for this one. I'll keep you guys updated as much as possible. Please understand, I am tired all the time, and I do not feel well. So sometimes getting out a video is really hard for me, and so it's just like it's a matter of just drumming up the energy just to do this is like I'm already getting tired, and I've been talking for almost 20 minutes, and I'm just like I'm so tired. But anyway, uh, yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. At the very least, I'll make posts, if not videos, to let you know what's going on. And I guess I will see you in the next one. So until then, take care.